Oh, sorry, ran out of memory on the memory card. So back to revision. The final category. The purpose of revision is to identify areas for improvement. It's for the student evaluating his or her own work for areas of strength or weakness, and that's a skill that we're working on building. The goal is for students to take a critical look at his or her own writing and also to ask for help when needed. A lot of my students really do have a hard time asking for help, so something that I've started this year, they leave me notes in Google Drive, which has been really great. So they identify areas and leave me a note asking a question, and then I can respond back to that specific area. Peer editing workshop is a really great method to help students build their editing skills. It's a lot easier to find areas for improvement in somebody else's work rather than your own, so this is good practice. But there are some areas that are really important. A peer editing workshop, the peer editor is not actually editing the paper, they're just suggesting areas for improvement because they provide a set of fresh eyes. Ultimately, the author has the final say on any and all changes that are made, and the peer editor is supposed to evaluate specific aspects of writing, so I give them a bunch of different areas to take a look at, and we go through a whole big workshop. It's actually extensive, and the kids actually get a lot out of it. One of my favorite quotes about writing is recursive by Peter Elbow, just meaning that writing takes many, many drafts. It can be continuously improved, and that is definitely a part of writing that my students struggle to understand. It might be because they're ninth graders, but the last big section is conferencing with peers throughout the writing process, and also conferencing one-on-one with the teacher. I like to ask them open-ended questions, so this way they can think and respond to me, and that's been really helpful. So at the end of this whole big mind map, there are 5 lessons that I'm considering doing. The first one would involve pre-writing and creating an outline of some sort. The second would be to work on thesis writing. The third would be about quotes. I'm not sure if I want to work on selecting quotes, introducing quotes, analyzing quotes, or maybe all 3 of them, but definitely work on quotes as an area. The fourth, I think topic sentences, although it seems like it may not be a big deal, I noticed that that's an area of weakness, and I would like to strengthen that, so that's a consideration. And finally, revision and working on the peer editing workshop, and hopefully improving their ability to revise and make helpful, constructive feedback. And that's all I have. Thank you very much for listening.